Welcome to the Grain of Salt Podcast. We're here to talk about 4 more episodes of Ultra Q.
Just gonna hop right in there with what I was saying right before we smashed that record button. I saw a string or a wire, something that I was grateful for because for a second there it seemed like they were gonna just drown that bird. We had some turtle abuse last week. This week they're like, what if we just said fuck it and let this kid rock a bird around?
Yeah. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
I'm Hank.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Hank. I'm Ben.
We watched 4 episodes of mediocre to bad television. Hooray!
These have been the weakest bunch so far.
There were some good explosions
That's
at one point.
Yeah.
Like the end of that train episode. I like the explosions. So we've got the House of the Fall of the House of Spider. We've got what if there was a monster on a train? What if there were a big balloon?
Sorry, you mean what if Remina Light?
And also I saw a bird.
I saw a bird.
Actual title accurate. And by I saw a bird, they mean I saw Rodan. That one's pretty bad about just reusing fucking Rodan footage. That is not ideal. Let's start with Baron Spider, in which there's a big, a large, kind of like human-sized spider.
Yeah.
And then our main characters wind up in a Scooby-Doo situation, except they go to a house where there's a spider, and then they escape and kill the spider, and then the house sinks into the deep dark tarn because it was a load-bearing spider, or the Hall of
load-bearing
the House of Usher.
Fuck.
I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah.
They run over that spider with their car, and then it's like that house sinks into the tarn.
Oh. I keep remembering that I need to use that more. Like, this was load-bearing X.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since someone referred to Yahoo buying Tumblr as that was load-bearing smut. It's just a good phrase to have in the chamber. But yeah, I always
think of it when like a boss is defeated and then suddenly the building collapses.
Yeah.
The classic. And this is in the very first spider attack in the lighthouse at the start of this episode. It's like that's a super obvious string on that spider.
Yeah. Well, even some bits in the mansion,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a big spider.
It was
that dude stabbed it. That was cool. He was really getting in there at some point. It's like he took the one knife to the gut, and then he grabs the knife and starts get.
I love that. I mean, we had the shot of him throwing the knife.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's a timeless classic where the knife was clearly going to slap uselessly against this thing, and then the next shot is it going
inserts. Yeah.
I just love it though. It was such a weak little shit throw, and it's just embedded.
The power of editing.
And then the spider slowly descends, and he just starts going ham.
Ben, would you drink booze you found at an abandoned spider mansion?
Mm,
Like this dude's
yes.
got like a big spider painting out in the living room where you're hanging out.
I mean, look, I follow the scientific method, and part of the scientific method is taste. You got to taste stuff to understand it. Where are we? I don't know. But that beverage over on the counter might tell me something. Yeah, no, I'd take a
do a
little
poll.
sippy sip.
Uh-huh.
I'd waft first. I'm not insane. Fucking, I'd hold the
Sure.
bottle like 6 inches and do the waft method from chemistry
Yeah.
class. But yeah, then I'd take a swig.
Maybe don't just pour the bottle down the throat of the dude lying on the couch who's like dying though.
Well, no. I'd take a nip for myself first and then determine if that's a reasonable course of action.
That dude gave a dip to himself and then just like
Yeah, no.
put the bottle in that guy's face.
Oh, that's fine. You determined it's safe. That's classic.
Yeah, but like,
that's classic strat.
don't drink while you're lying down. That's how you choke.
Nah, dude,
You gotta,
that's a
you gotta
myth.
sit up a little bit at least. At least a little bit.
Nah.
Yeah. He starts spitting up like immediately and then drops the bottle.
That's coincidence.
It's just science. Like everything else in this episode. It's
It's
pure
all
science.
Yeah, it's
Also, if you're in an abandoned mansion, what if you're in an abandoned mansion and one of the people you're with starts telling you the story of Baron Spider? Do you just keep hanging out?
I
love that that's just a story he knows.
was gonna say like I would leave, but also I'd probably like punch my friend first. I forget how early did he mention it, like right away, or were they there for a bit and he was like, oh, huh.
I think it's pretty early.
Yeah.
Definitely before they get the booze.
I mean, certainly there'd be like, I'd probably get eaten by the spider because be giving him so much shit, Like, the spider just catches me mid rant, like, yeah, you fucking think it's the spider guy's mansion? Look, there's a big picture of a spider on the wall. What do you mean you heard this story? We're in it, bitch. Like, I'm not settling for this shit. I'm out.
Yeah. Also, you live in the world of Ultra Q, where like you've seen a giant mole and a big flower before, so big creatures, pretty normal.
I mean, that's like an ongoing theme for all these. Like, do you really think that could be it? I don't know. Have you been around lately?
Look, we're just not around all the times they encounter fake shit. Okay.
For every
In between episodes, they're just getting like lots of fake stories,
fake leads,
bad leads.
That'd be a better.
If one of the good leads is big flower and giant balloon, hate to see the bad leads.
I mean, if it's not so fucking big that it's literally something like the entire Earth notices, it's just like, people who think their kitchen cupboard is haunted by an old jar of pickles or something, and it's gotta check it out. But
Yeah, I mean, at least this, so like the whiplash in this, like, because at least this episode is like structured like a horror story, and then like these episodes with these children that are just fucking nonsense.
dude, there were too many goddamn kids this week.
Got our shoe shine boy in the Underground Super Express Goes West. which is a story about a test of a super fast train. But oh no, they put a crystal on it that turned into a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is being a bit too generous to whatever the fuck this thing is.
Kind of racist Bigfoot.
Kind of racist. Just a real unfortunate
Yeah,
look.
it's no good.
It's bad.
No good. But at the end, it is a tiny model riding on top of the train as the train goes up in flames. And then it gets launched into space and is just like floating around the Earth.
What does it
along
say?
with that kid.
He's like, oh, I'm blah blah blah.
I'm a swan. I don't remember.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
this.
I'm a kami or whatever.
Sure.
And just, yeah,
I remember him talking
random.
and go like, "What?
Yeah,
what is this?"
I remember him talking, and then I came out of the daze that I'd been in for the entirety of this episode. I was like, I need to backtrack. Did I miss something? Nope. He's just talking.
He's an artificial life form. I am Seagull. Those are his words.
Great.
Well, I guess it's a reference to a cosmonaut. Cosmonaut Valentia Tereshkova, as she viewed the Earth from space.
You're sure it's not a reference to 80s one-hit wonder Flock of Seagulls?
I'm 100%
I don't know,
that
man.
it was not a reference to a thing that came 20 years later.
I don't know, man. In the fuck, the joke's falling apart. What do they call the zone in the ultra zone, the weird zone, the something zone,
Confusion zone?
I don't know what they call it. In the intro, some of the earlier episodes are like, when you're in this zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what could happen? No, this one was like, nah.
That Shoeshine boy was not into it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't respect him as a protagonist. Who the fuck leaves a man's shoes half shined?
Look, they do the classic bit of two children standing on the shoulders to appear like an adult. That's just classic. Wearing a trench coat and fedora. Look like an adult. It's a classic bit. I really like the only thing that saves this episode is I think those explosions at the end are cool.
Yeah,
and, like,
they're fine.
the fucking M1 monster is like literally riding on top of the train when they do that. That's funny. Also, that kid is just trapped in space.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
Remina style.
It's yeah, just like the end of these episodes, all like Remina, all of them, just the exact same. And then we get our big balloon story.
Actual Remina though.
Balloonga.
Balloonga. Ugh.
It eats electricity. And it's a
That
balloon.
bitch eats anything. It's like me
Eats
at
power.
Thanksgiving.
It's neat, like stuff. It just floats above and
Okay,
steals
it's
all your
me
power.
at Thanksgiving. If Thanksgiving was a feast of energy.
Well, it's also like you got distracted from your way to Thanksgiving because it really wants to be eaten in the sun. Seems like a much better meal.
Oh right,
than,
yeah,
like,
good point. So I'm on my way to
chewing on Tokyo's power.
I'm on my way to Grandma's house, but unfortunately, there's a fucking Burger King on the way
Yeah.
there. Ooh.
This is in front of my face. Just eat this.
I've fucking been there, bud. Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Uh-huh.
What was with the as soon as we
and
started out on this episode, like, was that guy on a space mission, like getting ready for landing, just dozing in the ship?
Yeah,
Seemed like
and
he should have
also
been
that
alert.
happened like 20 years before this episode takes place or something.
Yeah. But like that guy was looking like me in a like on a bus. He's just like, oh yeah.
I
me
guess I'm
lean
going to
back here.
space.
Let me lean
Weird.
back here. Just wild. I thought the at least the design of this one was okay. I like.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Balloonga
this is like
cool.
is like structured like a story, unlike the previous episode.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh yeah, this is like the this is what Junji Ito is like doing actually good. But this is
Yeah.
bad. This is like the same form though. It's still a speculative fiction story, which is not particularly interesting.
Yeah. Well.
It does end with the line, "Will the sun eat Balloonga, or is Balloonga going to eat the sun?"
Oh my god, what a fucking finish. I love their solution. It's just a grade A, like, shit tier kaiju solution. How are we gonna... it needs to eat the sun. How are we gonna get it to go towards the sun? Just fire a fucking rocket into space and blow it up. Create an artificial sun. Boom.
Artificial sun.
Just fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I thought this
easy.
episode was good though.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
this one I did watch like post Remina, so I was
Sure.
I was still
You
high.
see
on-
that smoke, and you're like, that could be a spiral.
These people aren't being diligent at all.
There was a hurricane.
It's just man, and that guy with the fucking balloon.
That's a striking image.
My son wanted a balloon. Really?
And by wanted a balloon, I mean his last word was, I see a balloon before his rocket ship crashed.
That's how it goes,
Not-
dude.
It wasn't that he wanted a balloon. That's not accurate.
God, that's some you have not
Oh, yeah.
watched oh, go on. My thing will be a
Never mind. No, ignore me.
Okay,
Tell your
okay.
story.
Okay. I was going to ask you or confirm, I suppose. You've not seen BoJack Horseman, correct?
I've not. No,
Do you have any desire?
not really.
Okay, that's fine. There's a bit where a character's mom dies and he's talking about like the last thing she said, and she said, "I see you." And like how this completely changes perspective of how shit his mom was his entire life. And then as he's given a fucking long ass eulogy, he realizes that she saw the sign in the hospital that said "I see you." Just made me think of that. I see a balloon. He wanted a balloon more than anything in this world.
But that dude
Just
knows
ridiculous.
that dude knows what Balloonga is more than anyone. He raised a tiny Balloonga and then killed it, apparently.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a balloon expert. Whatever. Yeah.
Balloonga's a
This is-
dumb dumb name.
It's a fucking terrible name. I kind of hate I kind of hey, I'm looking at like the I don't know how to refer to this. What do you call so you have like the English, you have Balloonga, and then you have like the Japanese. What do you call it when they convert the Japanese characters into English so that we can pronounce it without being able to read Japanese? Do you happen to know I know there's a name for the term. Or there's a term
Yeah,
for
I don't
that
remember.
concept. Well, either way, that thing is Barunga. I don't.
Well, that's just because Japanese doesn't like have L sounds.
I
They
know,
do-
but it's
they just say
still.
R.
I just shoot back to high school. Anyway, yeah, Balloonga is a bad name. Cool design, like what it's doing.
I mean, it looks
Cool
like
concept.
Like the giant
Ed's
spaghetti
good.
monster.
I want it. Oh no. I mean, you could have
All
just
its little dangly bits.
you could have kept it to yourself, and I would have
Not
never
ruined
like,
it for
I
you?
would have never come to that conclusion on my own. But you didn't, and now we're here.
Uh-huh.
Neat.
Can't unsee.
Son of a bitch. Do you know what color Balloonga is? Since you're watching black and white?
No, I don't know what color they colorized it to.
Gray.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Hey, that's how it looked in my version.
Whoa. Yeah, it's literally just like a
Yeah, it's like, this is a sci-fi story we're telling. Not great, but it's not a mess.
it's not a mess. I like
They told a story.
yeah, space life just kind of doing its thing.
They didn't just blow it
Using
up at
energy
the
is
end,
cool.
though. That's really the disappointing part.
How fucking dare you? I'm rooting for, will Balloonga eat the sun or will the sun eat Balloonga? I'm rooting for Balloonga, baby.
Well, the implication at the end of this is like, baby Balloonga has eaten the sun, and when you look up at the sun, that's really Balloonga.
Also fine with it. Balloonga fucking in awe at the size of this lad.
I mean, I also know you just don't like when they kill the thing at the end because of the plant episode.
Okay, I don't mind if they
bitter.
kill the thing if it's a thing worth killing. Why would you hurt a plant?
The destroyed property. The same reason we tear
Of
down
course.
trees in real life.
You can stop the trolley at any time, but if you do, the company will lose profits. I see.
I mean, stopping the train at any time did not actually seem practical because that explosion was fucking huge. Like, they launched the thing to, like, stop the train, and it just hit, like, fucking boom. That's what I liked about that, is what a fucking, it, like, destroys two buildings. There's fire everywhere.
Yeah.
And now we have I Saw a Bird, in which there's a bird, and it gets big.
What a shit episode. What a
Again, it's about a little kid who's like, I'm going to raise this bird.
yeah.
And then it's a big bird. And then at the end, they just recycle footage from Rodan to show stuff getting destroyed. And that's
Yeah.
a bummer. They didn't shoot anything new.
I love that it was still a little bird, it was like fucking up those two guys.
Yeah.
And then
Shit
the
out of
entire
them.
town is like, whoa. And he turns around with the bird and they all like back the fuck off. Just ridiculous.
Also, like, they identify it as, like, this ancient type of bird, and it's, like, this little starling that this kid has. Does
Yeah.
not look... It looks like a normal bird. I don't know how
It's just a
they
normal. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, was the beak real? It had to be just a regular, like a real, the bird's real beak, because it did look like a
yeah.
bird I'd never seen before. But it definitely
Hmm.
was just a basic fucking bird. It had
Yeah.
a big
That
beak.
that kid feeds it out of his mouth.
Fucking disgusting. They like, yeah, he's like playing with it in the water.
Uh huh.
And that's like, yeah, when I saw that string, I was like, Jesus Christ. The turtles, the birds, the plant, nobody's safe in this fucking nightmare show.
Yeah, don't watch Tarzan movies.
That tracks. I mean, I don't know that I would ever watch a Tarzan movie for any fucking reason past like the Disney one. Depends on who Jane is. If I'm being real. Like, yeah. You know what? Depends on who Tarzan is. You bring me a Henry Cavill Tarzan, I might be in. I might be in. Look me in the eye and tell me Henry Cavill in a loincloth wouldn't sell tickets.
I don't know. The last Tarzan movie did very badly.
Who was Tarzan? Who was
Look, I don't-
Tarzan and who was Jane?
Tarzan is not a story we should be telling in 2022 or whatever. Just flat out.
Do you think there's
Just leave that one in the past.
Do you think there's no? Okay, I guess I don't actually know like the original Tarzan story. I don't know how much Disney deviates. Do you think there's no room in that space? Like,
The same way there's just like no space for that kind of adventure story because it's all so based in colonialism.
sure.
Even beyond Tarzan specifically.
Yeah, no, I
I
got
think
you.
that
Like,
space is kind of
like you could have
poison
the
pill.
because I'm thinking like the boy raised by wolves sort of thing, but yeah, I suppose if you in the case of Tarzan, like who's discovering him? Why are they there? Yeah,
Yep. But yeah, like then
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
and that's
I got you.
before you get to the racism and then the animal abuse in the older movies.
yeah. Well, yeah. No, I'm thinking. I'm talking modern
Yeah.
Tarzan.
I'm just saying like if you make a modern one, that's gonna make people on the internet talk about the old ones, probably if it actually became popular.
Yeah,
Right? That's like the nerd impulse around
I
culture.
guess. I mean, the new King Kong is good without.
They haven't.
That's
It's
true.
Peter Jackson's King Kong was a while ago.
Oh, sorry, Kong 2017.
Oh,
My
Skull
bad.
Island.
Yeah.
That's such a different thing.
It is such a different thing, but it's the same thing in a different way.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You know? That's what I mean. Like, if they could do that.
Yeah, if they're doing that kind of approach to Tarzan,
Yeah.
you could probably do it.
Yeah, where Tarzan is giant in a Vietnam War metaphor. Just Kong
Not
Skull
a
Island.
Vietnam War metaphor. The villain just thinks he's a Vietnam metaphor, but the movie does not agree. That's what makes that movie okay. Is that the movie does not agree with Samuel L. Jackson's character. Samuel L. Jackson's character is just crazy.
Yeah.
is like conflated killing Kong with winning Vietnam for some fucking reason.
Ugh. That being said, I did just recently see someone who was being 100% serious when they said the original King Kong is their favorite film. I'm like, are you like 90 years old? Did you see it like as your first film? Because then I'd give you a pass. But like, that's a rough fucking film to love.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, and you know what's even worse? This episode of Ultra Q. Am I right? Bring it back.
It's no good. I mean, like, yeah. Because
Oh, it just wasn't. It was
uh,
just dumb.
they're just, and the payoff is all stock footage from her dad. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, we did get that big bird costume. Kinda. Was it a costume or was it just like a puppet in miniatures? I forget.
I don't even know.
It was like a big
I don't even
dodo
know.
bird. It was shit.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I've seen dumber looking giant birds.
Yeah, like in the first episode of Ultra Q. in the ice episode as well. There's a lot of dumb looking bird things.
I mean, like, the giant bird versus Godzilla fight is like the worst fight in a Godzilla movie. So, not a great track record with birds.
Yeah.
We need to do the giant claw at some point. That's a giant bird movie.
Nah. I don't know, man. I've been turned off of giant birds.
This is the stupidest looking bird you've ever seen. It's you have to see it. You have to do it.
That's
It's like literally the appeal of that movie is everyone's playing it straight, and then you see the monster, and you're like, "What the fuck?" That's the entire appeal of that movie. So at some point we'll have to do it.
hell yeah.
Maybe as a commentary.
Oh, I'd be
Maybe
down
do
for that.
one.
What do we
That's Ultra Q.
What do we got for our what's coming up next for Ultra Q? What are our next 4 titles?
Let's
If you have
see.
them.
We've got Garadama,
Okay.
Tokyo Ice Age,
Sure.
Kanagon's Cocoon,
Yeah.
and Garamon Strikes Back.
Okay. So as far as titles go, like I Saw Bird still far in the lead.
I don't know if I Saw Bird is going to get topped.
What a fucking I love how it fit right into your joke titles too.
It's like, what can you do? What can you do? I Saw a Bird.
You know what? I forgot
What better
some-
joke are you going to come up with for the title of a fucking episode of TV?
I forgot something about I Saw a Bird that's worth mentioning.
Sure.
Of course the kid gives the bird a name. And it's not Lariguus? I don't know. He names it like what? Charon? Charon? Something like that. And the bird is flying away at the end. And he's fucking
Churro?
screaming its name. Yeah, sure, whatever. And he's screaming its name. And he just says it. He screams it like 4 times. With like an even pacing and no real emotion. And he finishes up he's saying it, and I literally thought to myself, I'm like, if you say it one more fucking time, I'm turning this off. And he pauses for like a full 20 seconds and then he screams it again, and I just cut. I'm out. I had it.
Oh, you missed the end where it's just him standing against the shoreline staring at where the bird was.
Did he throw himself off the shoreline?
Nope.
Oh, well then.
Just sad music or whatever.
Terrible. Yeah,
Not great.
It was a week.
Changing the format of the show so it's not about children. Maybe it's a good idea.
Yeah. Go figure. Anyway, yeah. Ultra Q. Doing Ultra Q stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's going along.
I mean, it's fun to talk about. It's fun. It's fun to shit on at least.
Yeah, totally. Look, man, it's a new monster every week.
Every fucking week.
Every week is a new monster.
That's so many
Like,
monsters.
yeah, that bird sucks, but who knows what next week could bring?
The bird sucks, but at least he's new, except for the part where he's not. And nothing he does is new because it's all a footage from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't just reuse footage from a movie about a pterodactyl in your bird movie.
They're the same fucking thing, though.
Bad job all around. All right, let's saltcirclepodcast@gmail.com. Salt Circle Pod on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels. Our episodes live in places where podcasts live, like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Amazon and other places.
You crushed it.
Gotta make it as rambly as possible.
What if bird thing, but Godzilla Skreok?
God damn it. Fucking lock him up. It's illegal.